Watch the entire video, my lovely viewers, from start to finish, to get the whole thing. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into it.
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Hi lovely viewers, it's me again, your one and only Mutati Mpundu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button down below. Turn the bell icon to join the notification squad. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you lovely viewers.
Good morning. Is it morning or afternoon? It's afternoon. Good afternoon, countrymen and women. I want to address particularly the UPND members and the PF members concerning the just ended by-elections. My dear colleagues in the UPND, first I want to tell you that you were voted on the basis of promising the people better management of the country, free elections, observing the rule of law, and respecting every Zambian. You promised the people of Zambia that what used to happen in previous regimes will not happen under your watch, under the New Dawn administration. But I must say that I'm extremely disappointed. Extremely disappointed, because what the people of Zambia voted against is exactly what the UPND government is doing during elections. Where I come from, they say, lekeni chisongo chitumpe chilielanda. Lekeni chisongo chitumpe chilielanda. And again, where I come from, the Bembas say, ukuchanjela kwa nkoko, pungwa tasakamana. The previous elections or yesterday's election are a sham. A very big disappointment. And I think anybody who is celebrating these elections is deceiving himself. And I want to tell the UPND government that please stop deceiving yourselves. Because what happened yesterday, or what is happening in the by-elections, we have seen these things. And I'll remind you of particular incidences that have happened in this country where I have personally warned that the dynamics of the by-elections are not the dynamics of the general election. And winning by-elections is not a barometer to measure your popularity or whether the government has lost popularity or not. Because of the so many illegal things that are done during these by-elections. Because of how many people are involved in voting during the by-elections. Because of what the ruling governments, ruling parties do during these elections. Yesterday's elections are a sham of the worst kind. And like I've said, anybody who is celebrating this victory, you are deceiving yourselves. If I were you, I would be worried. If I were in UPND, if I were the leader of UPND, I would be very, very worried. First and foremost, look at the margins of the margin between the UPND coming first and the PF coming second. Very small margins. For instance, in Mwense, the difference was only 300 votes. If I were in government, I would be very, very worried. Secondly, when you analyze what happened yesterday, is a question, it can only be likened to that grade 5 story of the emperor's new suit. I'm sure people remember this story of the emperor's new suit, where everybody failed to tell the king that the king was naked, because they were told that the suit he's wearing can only be seen by clever and intelligent people. And those who are intelligent are seeing that the chief is dressed, or the king, while those who are not intelligent are seeing that the chief is naked. And everybody saw that the chief was naked, but they did not want to tell the chief the truth. They were saying the suit is very nice, until a little boy, while the chief was addressing a meeting, came and just said, "Hey, he's naked." What an embarrassment. This is exactly what the UPND are doing. This is exactly what past regimes have done when there are by-elections. And for you, my dear brothers in the PF, do not despair. What you did yesterday by PF, let me tell you, you have scored very high marks, and you must be proud of yourselves. This is not a loss by PF, but is a step ahead in reclaiming the leadership of this country from the current leadership. I am celebrating the results throughout, because I know that the tricks that were used yesterday, the violence that characterized the elections, the chasing of monitors from the totaling centers and when counting started, and above all, listen to this, the all UPND machinery went into these by-elections at the time that people are supposed to be receiving fertilizer, and told them, if you don't vote for our candidates, you won't receive fertilizer this year. What a shame. And you know that the people in the rural areas depend on fertilizer. And anybody who's going to tell them that you will not get fertilizer, they will get intimidated, they will get scared, and they would vote in those lines. But despite that, quite a large number of the people, like I've said about the margins, didn't believe that story. But I can tell you that it had a very big impact on the way people have voted, because that was the story everywhere we went, that if you don't vote for a UPND candidate, you will not receive fertilizer and you will not receive social cash transfer. Who are you deceiving? Who are you deceiving? In a by-election, the people will buy into that. They'll vote for you. But you are misleading yourselves. You are deceiving yourselves. Because in the general elections, people will not buy that. Because they know that in the general election, only after the results are announced, nobody knows who is going to be the next government. So they don't buy into these cheap things of threatening them. Today they know that indeed if you don't vote for them, they will remove you from the fertilizer beneficiary list. As it was already happening, a lot of people have been removed from the FISIP beneficiary list. And if you win an election under those circumstances and you celebrate, there must be something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. All over you went, you told people, if you don't vote for a UPND candidate, you will not receive fertilizer. If you don't vote for a UPND candidate, these are things that you condemned when previous regimes used this trick. You condemned it at all costs. But today, that is the same thing that you are doing. Let me remind you, towards the 2021 elections, I remember very well, the PF, our party, used to win by-elections, even in UPND stronghold. You remember that PF won some wards in Northwestern Province. And they said we have now penetrated Northwestern Province. They won some wards in Western Province and said we have now penetrated Western Province. PF even won Mangango parliamentary seat in Western Province, which was a stronghold of the UPND. And I remember very well, that time I was NDC president. I told the PF, do not celebrate these by-elections you've won in Western, Northwestern, and Mangango, because that is very temporal. And the people there are deceiving you, because today you are in power. You can tell them, if you don't vote for this one, you will not get this. That is fictitious, I told the PF. You have not penetrated Northwestern Province. You have not penetrated Western Province. And the Mangango you've won is temporal. True to my word. What happened when the general elections came? PF didn't win those ward elections back in Western Province. PF didn't win those by-elections in Northwestern. PF didn't win Mangango. These are lessons that we must be learning, my dear brothers and sisters, wherever we UPND. Stop deceiving yourselves. This country needs to come to normalcy where we can do the right thing. Go to campaign, give the people the right information. But when you start to intimidate them, threatening them, look at the violence that was perpetrated in all the areas where the elections. On Wednesday, I was in Mukushi addressing a meeting. And when the UPND heard that Kambwili was in Mukushi, they organized themselves to come and attack us. Fortunately, we finished the meeting earlier, and I used a different route from the route that they normally use. Those who used the normal route were attacked. If we had not used a different route, we could have been attacked and injured. Then you say we've won elections. Look in Lusangazi, the violence that was there. Look in Mwense, the violence that was there. To the extent that even the candidate of the UPND at a public rally was saying, "Ngamwamona mayor na MP Sengabaisane milopanishni mbome nkopo inendoma." How can surely somebody who wants to be a mayor be saying, when you see the MP and the mayor come with blood, then I've head-butted them, and then you celebrate that you have won elections? Let me remind you that the dynamics of a by-election are not the dynamics of a general election.
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Alright, that's all for you today, lovely viewers. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about the video you just watched in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you, lovely viewers. Once again, I go by the name of Mutati Mpundu. I love you, peace, I gotta go.